Testing, testing, 1, 2.
Testing, testing.
1, 2, 1,
Mine
2,
looks a little loud.
testing.
Mine looks way loud.
representing San Diego State Aztecs.
Welcome to the pavilion here on the campus of UNLV, where we have an exciting matchup for you today. It's the UNLV Lady Rebels versus the San Diego State Aztecs. We invite you here up to the broadcast booth. I'm Whitaker Lummis, and to my left is my partner, Marcus Bray. It's going to be a matchup for the record books, as we have SDSU, who has red hot off a Mountain West championship last year, trying to go back-to-back. Well, they're first in the conference, and you want to guess who's two? It's the other side for the fierce Lady Rebels, who are looking to get back to the NCAA tournament. Marcus, what can we expect from this game today for both 1 and 2?
I mean, this is going to be an absolutely grueling matchup for both teams. San Diego State, an absolute defensive powerhouse. They have held all of their opponents to an average of 37.7% shooting and are 11-0 when holding their opponents under 70 points. UNLV has scored above that 70 mark multiple times this season, and they're going to have to do it again today. They have 4 opponents. They have 4 players on their starting lineup averaging 10 or more points. This is going to be a big matchup for SDSU, and UNLV, the 4-time Mountain West regular season champions, looking to run that back this year, and it starts winning this game right here and continuing to 8-0 in Mountain West play.
Well, you heard it here. Mountain West championship aspirations and a little more for the NCAA tournament. Who are going to be some impact players for both UNLV and San Diego State for you in this game?
Some impact players. I love Mariah Elohim. Had 18 points all from 3 last game. And on the other side, same situation. Kennedy Lee, 15 points all from 3. These two are absolute sharp shooters that can be lethal from beyond the arc.
And so, SDSU versus UNLV. We've heard it here before. Obviously, San Diego State won the tournament last year, and it wasn't against UNLV. They lost in the second round, I believe. So let's get to your starters for San Diego State. You have Nat Martinez at the point guard, Nala Williams at the shooting guard, Naomi Paganavin at the small forward, Kennedy Lee at the power forward, and that center position is rounded off by Bailey Barnhard. And for UNLV, we have Destiny Leo at the point guard, Jasmine Lott at the shooting guard, and then the fierce defender, fierce offensive threat, Alil Alexander starting there in that small forward. Shelby Brown at the power forward, and Meadow Rowland at the center. Tip-off is just a few minutes away, folks, so don't go anywhere. A great matchup for you here tonight at the Pavilion. Tip-off just mere seconds away. Looks like it's going to be Roland tipping for UNLV and Bailey Barnhard for the Aztecs. It's a loud, packed arena here at the Pavilion for this 1-2 matchup on the line. UNLV wins the tip. Then we're off. Aaliyah Alexander dicing up her opponent at the half-court circle, now at the right wing. Gets it to Roland at the top of the key. Moving to her left. Spin around. Can't hit that, Jay. Shelby Drown fighting for the rebound. Leapfrogs a woman, and Aztecs going the other way with the ball. Shelby Brown with the steal and gets it to go.
A phenomenal steal. Pick the pocket, take it down. First points of the game for UNLV.
Shelby Brown with the emphatic steal. Now Aztecs moving the ball around. And Aaliyah Alexander is going to be called for that foul. First team foul. First personal foul.
And Naomi Panganiban, she is someone who is lethal from anywhere on the court. That is someone you want to be up close and tight with all game.
Well, she's definitely going to try to make it hard on this Rebels defense, as that can't go for Williams, and here come the Lady Rebels the other way. Leo down to Alexander, now with the half-court logo. Fierce Aztecs defense, trying to get around it, moving left, finds the lane, off the glass, and good! Leo Alexander with the silky smooth moves.
How about that speed? Blow by, see you later. I'll take my 2.
Jab step, moving to her right. Off the glass. That's not gonna go. Martinez trying to get it to go, can't. Rebels up by 4 right now. Brown down the lane. That gets to go just off the front of the rim. Gets a lucky bounce. 6-0 UNLV.
Shelby Brown is so dominant in the paint. SDSU is going to have to make sure she stays out. Force her to shoot a jump shot from anywhere else.
Aztecs moving the ball around the horn. Now with the left wing. Pagman. Left wing, gets it out, hits a 3.
And there she is, Kennedy Lee with the first 3 of the game and the first points for SDSU. She's going to look to continue that momentum from last game into this one.
So that's quiets this UNLV home crowd as San Diego State are on the board. Shelby Brown now there in the left block. Working, post hook, can't get it to go. Little post floater action, excuse me.
She's trying to establish herself in the paint. SDSU doing a good job not letting it happen.
Pump fake from the left corner, gets it to the left wing. They're playing catch around the horn. Pagman with a tough contested little jump shot there. Can't get it to go, and here come the Rebels. Alexander, spin move, gets it to Brown at the free throw line. Now Leo on the right wing, moving to her left. Gets it to Alexander. Alexander calling out a play and retreating back to the logo. She's dicing up the lane, off the glass, and gets it to go. Leo Alexander.
What a bucket, a tough shot from the right side.
I think tough shots are going to be the name of this game. Who can make more of them? As these two teams are very fierce. As I mentioned, 1-2 in the conference. And both have tremendous tradition. Pagman down the lane. It's going to be fouled by Jasmine Lott. So, shooting foul. We will go to the line for 2 as UNLV picks up their second team foul here early in this one.
And I expect the Lady Rebels to be aggressive guarding Naomi Panganiban all day. I mean, forget what she's done for SDSU. She's on the Philippines national team and has been their top scorer despite being the youngest. She's tied for the top scorer despite being the youngest on the team, which is phenomenal alone.
Yeah, national prominence. And that comes, I think we've seen a little with Shohei Ohtani. I know that's not a one-to-one example, but we know what when the nation gets behind you, what that can do for not only your fan base, but from marketing and just getting more fans into the game. And I think that's what it's all about at the end of the day, getting more kids to play the game. Me and you love.
And the Philippines is such a strong community. They will get behind anyone who dons that ethnicity.
Now Lott moving to her right. Right elbow. Gets it to go. Jasmine Lott gets on the board. 10-5 here with 6 minutes left to go. SDSU trying to move the ball around. Fierce defense by Leo. Taken away by Leo. It's a 4-on-2. Leo trying to get it in. Shelby Brown in the post, and ref asked for her passport because she's traveling.
And that's a tough break for the Lady Rebels. You got the fast break, you got the turnover, not able to convert it into points. And this is a team you want to start hot against. SDSU started slow against New Mexico a couple days ago. UNLV wants to take advantage of that, get up high, and just guard that lead.
Bagman trying to get it in the wing. Now to the top of the key. Back to Bagman in the right corner. She's doubled. Step back jumper. Can't get it to go from the right short corner. Alexander stepping back to the logo. The Brown by Brown, or the screen by Brown, excuse me. Alexander with a three of her own. Hits that one from the right wing. The Lady Rebels are hot.
How about that screen to open up the space and push everyone off?
And the foul call there. Alil Alexander picks up her second. And Tegan Copeland is set to check in. How crucial is that for Alil Alexander to pick up 2 early fouls in a three foul game for the Lady Rebels?
And that is not what you want to see, especially against a team that you know you're going to have to score the ball against. Losing someone like that early would be terrible. You want to keep her out of foul trouble, keep her in this game so you can put up that 70 mark and force SDSU to get in a shootout with you that they're not as comfortable as you are.
Well, it's 13-5 here. UNLV trying to get that coveted #1 seed in the Mountain West. We have more Lady Rebel action coming right your way here on Rebel Sports Net. The campus of UNLV is very popular today on this Saturday in January, as San Diego State has come to the town for the Lady Rebels town, I should say, trying to establish their dominance here in this Mountain West matchup. Can't hit the three for SDSU. And a little fight for the ball down there in the post. What'd you see there, partner?
It's been tough shots all day for SDSU. Only going 1 for 5 from the field. Not what you want to see. And you only got the 1-3 from Kennedy Lee. She's going to need to score more. You want to see Naomi Pongyban. She starts slow against, you could say, a little bit of a slump against New Mexico. Not her average double-digit high-scoring game you usually see, but she's going to want to get going.
Jasmine Lott called for the travel there, trying to get a 3 to extend this lead by double digits. Is called for the travel, so SDSU will take the ball down the floor and we will resume play. Hagenbahn moving the ball around the court. Gets it into Martinez. Martinez, right wing, gets a man up in the air. Right elbow shot, can't get it to go. Shelby Brown with a rebound, and she's going to take it up for the Lady Rebels. Colvin in for Alexander, moving to her right. Shelby Brown now at the right elbow. She's tripled. Gets it out to the corner for 3. Not going to go.
Elohim, a lethal shooter. We talked about her earlier on. She can hit those. Doesn't get this one to fall, but it's not going to stop her from shooting.
And an easy shot there for SDSU. Constantino with an easy off the glass makes this one a 5-point game. Colvin now at the left wing, trying to dice up a play. Gets it to Brown in the post, left block, off the glass. Not gonna go. SDSU with the rebound. They have a chance to make this a close game. Left wing, down the lane and in.
And here comes SDSU, a couple 2 buckets to UNLV 0 out of the break, looking to get going here and steal that lead.
Jackson just with the easy bucket there, and SDSU is going to be called for the foul.
Number 24, Naomi Pongyban.
Pongyban picks up her first. And Coach will sit her. Tristan James coming in for the Lady Rebels. Side out UNLV. Colvin, the sophomore from Idaho. Jasmine Lott trying to get it. Loses the ball on the ground. It's going to be a jump ball favoring the Aztecs. Just a little bit of a sloppy play there for the Rebels.
A great job by Nala Williams. Get that hand in there, poke the ball, get your team an opportunity to get the ball back, and they did it.
SDSU with that fierce offensive game, trying to get it going here early in this one. Hamilton working it to the right wing. Gets it in for Williams. Williams behind the back, trying to put up a tough shot. And that's not going to go. Tristan James with the rebound.
And you said it, tough shot's going to be the name of the game today. SDSU doesn't get that one to fall.
Colvin getting into Rolland, and just a little too aggressive for the Aztec defense there in the low block. And, you know, that's normally where Roland lives. So do you think we're going to see a lot more of that?
Yeah. I mean, the refs got their hand on the whistle a lot today. A lot of fouls called so far. Going to be a little aware of that when you're making plays, as an ill-led pass leads to a turnover for UNLV.
Yep. Elohim just can't catch the fiery pass there from Colvin. A little too much mustard on that one. Lada working it to Constantino. Now gets it to Williams. Williams back to Constantino. In the low block, Roland trying to play the best defense she can and just gets beat on that one. It's a 2-point game here at the Pavilion. 6-0 run for the Aztecs in the last 2 minutes. Trying to find any way they can to score. Now Lott at the 3. Gets it to Roland. Roland. She has 7 seconds. Lott now with the ball, moving down the post. Off the clock, in, 1!
What a shot!
Jasmine Lott slicing through that defense like butter.
How about that highlight reel shot? Oh, looks like she's down. Might have been an awkward fall for her. Not what you want to see from a player that's been so good for you this season.
So team's 4th foul That's going to be on Nala Williams. Picks up that one. Tegan Colvin, as we just said, or Jasmine Ladd, excuse me. They needed a score. The SDSU was on the 6-0 run. What better than an and one opportunity? 1:18 left to go here in the first. Lott can't hit the extra free throw. The fast break defense for the Aztecs. The spin around, and it's good. Hamilton with the quick work there on the transition. They're 4 of their last 5. 2-point game. Less than a minute to go here in the first quarter. Lott on the right wing. Finds Elohim. Chucks up a long-range 3. And can't hit. There's a little scrap for the ball there as SDSU thought it was going to go out, but they retained possession. Hamilton getting it to Lada. Lada getting to Hamilton. Back to Lada. She's in the right corner. The charge going the other way. Lada just a little too aggressive there, and we saw UNLV pick up an early 3 fouls. I think it's SDSU's turn, or was SDSU's turn, to get the foul bug.
Absolutely. Trying to play a little bit physical. The refs really picky with what they're calling today. Gonna be a little hard to see. Gonna see how many of these fouls build up. We're only in the first quarter still, so it's gonna be interesting to see what this looks like later in the game.
Alil Alexander, speaking of fouls, already has 2. Remember, a reminder that it's 5 and you're out of here. So she's on pace to be out by the third quarter. Long range 3 for Elohim. That's not going to go, and Lady Rebels can't find an offensive rebound today. And so that's the end of the first. UNLV leads it 15-13. It's been an action-packed one here, so don't miss it. And don't go anywhere because we have more Lady Rebel action coming your way here on Rebel Sports Net. Back here at the pavilion, it's been a fierce one. Back into play there. See who is on. I believe UNLV got that ball poked out by SDSU as Destiny Leo comes in for Jasmine Lott. So UNLV will retain possession. Shelby Brown gets it to Colvin. Back to Leo. Leo, sharpshooter from 3. Yes! Hits that one. Destiny Leo.
Had the pump fake. They didn't step up. I don't mind. I'll take the 3.
Well, we know she could shoot that ball. She did it amazingly at Cleveland State. And so, doing it here again. Shelby Brown, now down there in the low block. Aztecs getting it out. On the right wing. Williams has nowhere to go. Down the lane, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound for the Aztecs. 3 from the corner, off the back. And out, touched out by Shelby Brown. So, I believe that's Constantino. They're down that just forced up that shot and got their own rebound. And I feel like that's going to be who's going to win or who's going to lose. It's who can get more second chance points.
And that was a tough miss from Nala Williams, especially from someone shooting 36 from 3. That's one you expect to make, and it's tough that you don't get it to fall.
Aztecs moving the ball around. They have 4 seconds. They're going to have to shoot up a 3. Right elbow. Can't hit that one for Barnhard. So UNLV with a stout defensive performance there. Now Colvin working it. Gets it to Leo. Now to Elohim. She's at the logo. Back to Leo. Trying to draw the foul and doesn't get the call. Here come the Aztecs. Bounce pass off the glass. Can't get it to go. But's going to be fouled. The crowd does not like that one. What'd you see?
I don't know. That's a tough foul to call right there. It's going to be a heartbreaking one for the Rebels. Give them SDSU 2 shots at the line. Close that gap. Not what you want to see. And obviously the crowd. This pretty big crowd for this Lady Rebels game is not happy whatsoever.
Yeah, the pavilion is packed here on Saturday with a lot of NFL football going on. You know, the national championship, I believe, is either next week or this week.
Yeah.
There's a lot of buzz going around the sports world, but Vegas doesn't care. They're going to come out here and support their hometown team. So
you got your students coming back for the spring semester, and what better way to spend it than at a Lady Rebels game?
Absolutely. Goes 2 for 2 from the line, so it's a 3-point game, 18-15, with just over 8 minutes left to go here in the first half. Rebels have the lead. Tegan Colvin at the logo, trying to keep it. Calling out a play, gets it to Elohim at the left wing. Roland, Leo from the left corner, can't get it to go. Shelby Brown gets the own rebound. She's in the post, off the glass, no good. And that was just an unfortunate scene of events for the Lady Rebels. Had the chances, just couldn't convert. The block by Shelby Brown. That was a good effort to get back on defense.
Shelby Brown is all over the court. 5 rebounds today, 4 points, averaging a double-double on the season. She is playing out of her mind right now.
Good help defense from there. As Pagenben is back in the game. Now Pagenben in the right corner. The double comes. Bounce pass. Corner. Trying to find the best shot they can. Pagenben has to force up a shot. Long range 3. That switches in. It's a tie game here.
How about that range from Panganiban? What a shot deep down. Her first bucket of the day.
Roland trying to make something happen. The double comes. Loses the ball. It's going to be the Aztecs. It's a old-fashioned 2-on-2. Pagenbam, corner. Down there in the post. And Elohim's too little to defend that one. Down there with the low block, Destiny Leo is set to come back in for the Lady Rebels, but not after this possession. Colvin. SDSU's first lead of the day. Roland still scoreless. Gets fouled on that shot, so she will go to the line for 2 as Destiny Leo will check in.
Someone in the crowd asking the refs, are you sure? Feels like we might be asking a lot of that today.
I mean, she got hacked on that one, no doubt about it. But, you know, with this era of, what would you say, like foul baiting, you never can be too sure.
Who knows, with these refs, someone like SGA could be shooting millions of free throws in the game.
Roland hits that one. 1 point game, SDSU leading by 1 with 6:44 left here in the first half. Roland goes 1 for 2 from the line, so SDSU keeps their lead. And now we're on offense. Pagenban getting into the corner, now at the wing. Aztecs moving the ball around. Pagenban now at the right elbow, doubled. Picks called for the travel. And that was just a great trap action there from the defensive side of the Lady Rebels. What made that play work?
Getting that double, forcing her into an uncomfortable situation, getting her off balance, falling a little bit to her left, not in a comfortable situation. Tried to jump past, get it out, not able to get it away before she falls back to the ground.
So a stout performance there for the Lady Rebels. Loyal Alexander now back into the game. Now working to her left, trying to get into the post from to Roland. Roland working in the post. Can't get it to go, and Shelby Brown fighting for the rebound. It gets tipped to Leo Alexander. Now Lott has it. Roland, 3. Yes! Meta Roland with a top of the key 3 to put the Lady Rebels in the lead.
And here she goes, the leading scorer for the Rebels, her first bucket of the game. The Aztecs cannot let her get going, or this game can get out of hand.
Well, she could be dangerous from definitely the post, but we've yet to see it really from the 3, so maybe she added that to their game when we were on winter break, but the Aztecs come back with a 3 of their own. Lee on that one. 3 of their last 3 for San Diego State.
And another lethal shooter on the other side of the court, Kennedy Lee. She made one earlier in the game, looking to get it going. Try and match that 15 mark she hit last game against New Mexico.
Goes off the leg of Aaliyah Alexander. She's talking to Shelby Brown. They got to be on the same page. I mean, Shelby Brown just wasn't sure where Aaliyah Alexander was, and it actually went off the foot of Shelby Brown, excuse me, and Aaliyah Alexander will take a seat. So another turnover for UNLV forces the Aztecs, obviously, to have another possession. UNLV has 7 turnovers this game.
A lot of unneeded mental errors. We saw the travels.
Little stoppage of play here. Oliva, ref gave the ball to the Aztecs before he was supposed to.
A lot of mental errors from everybody today, apparently.
Yeah, it's a mental errant game. Oh, I believe the shot clock wasn't running. That's what it was. So Martinez to Lee. Now in the corner. And again, another mental error from the Aztecs. So UNLV has the ball. It's a 1-point game. And we will go to the timeout. I think everyone wants to talk this one over. Shot clock's not working. UNLV, SDSU. So we will take time to also talk things over as we go to media timeout. Don't go anywhere. More basketball is on the way. We invite you to come back into this game as San Diego State taking on UNLV. They have the lead 23-22. Jasmine Lott, free throw J, can't get it to go. UNLV fighting for the rebound. Meadow Rowland loses it. And it will be SDSU's ball going the other way.
Looks like about 4 different players had their hands on the ball at that point. It's a tough break for both teams right there.
Moving the ball around for the Aztecs. Right wing 3, can't get it to go. They're just going to let that bounce out of bounds. That was Kelemeni on the 3 there, can't hit. Shelby Brown and Elohim back for the Lady Rebels.
UNLV gonna want to step on the gas a little bit more here. Haven't been scoring as much as they were in the first quarter. Want to get back up. SDSU has held this lead for a little bit, trading back and forth. They want to try and get a cushion once again heading into halftime with 4 minutes left.
Great analysis there. Now Elohim into the corner. That's Tristan James. Elohim, right elbow 3, or right elbow shot, excuse me. Gets it to go, so Lady Rebels take this lead back, 24-23. Martinez dicing up the defense. Gets it into Lee. Lee to Hamilton. Hamilton down the lane. Gets it to go off the glass. And now another lead change. Hamilton. There's a foul on the floor. Tegan Colvin was pushed, I believe. And based on the crowd reaction, I think it's going to go on the Lady Rebels.
Coach Lindy LaRocque and the rest of the Cox Pavilion cannot believe what they're seeing right now.
No, I mean, this Lady Rebels team has been so disciplined, so polished through these first couple Mountain West games of the season, and you know, but when you play the #1 team, I guess some things change. That's why they're #1. Hamilton looking, getting into the corner, hits that 3. Aztecs up by 4, largest lead of the night for them. Williams for the Aztecs hits that one. Can UNLV respond? Jasmine Lott, left elbow, Shelby Brown. Little floater goes for Shelby. 2-point game. Less than 3 minutes left to go. SDSU on the offensive side, 5 for their last 6. Trying to get another play going. Martinez moving to her right. Back to the top of the 3 for Lee. Not going to go. Rowland with the rebound. A 2 ties it. A 3 takes the lead. 2:20 and counting.
Lee, the sharpshooter, misses that 3. UNLV
Colvin
needs to take advantage here.
Colvin deep in the half court. Gets it to Elohim. Elohim with an errant pass. Trying to get it in there for Shelby Brown. Aztecs take the ball away. Poked away by the Rebels. Here comes Elohim. Elohim. Hop step. Trying to draw the foul. And Lee stepped out of bounds with the ball in her possession. So 1:51 left to go. This has been a crazy couple minutes.
Elohim missed the pass earlier to Shelby Brown, and it looks like she had the chance to get it to Jasmine Lott, but because of that miss, maybe the lack of confidence there in her ability to get in a tight window, she doesn't pass it, takes it herself, and it's going to go to no avail.
Elohim, right wing 3, gets it to go! Elohim takes the lead for the Lady Rebels.
Her first 3 of the game, and this is someone you cannot let shoot from beyond the arc. Shooting 42% on the season, an absolute elite number from Mariah Elohim.
Absolutely. Aztecs trying to draw up 3 of their own. They have 9 seconds on the shot clock. They get the defensive stop. A absolute dominant performance there in the low post, and feels like SDSU has not been able to go one-on-one with them down there in the low block.
And here's this momentum. The Cox Pavilion getting loud for their Lady Rebels as they take the lead 29-28. Looking to get going here and get a lead heading into the halftime.
Shelby Brown, turnaround. Can't get the hook to go. SDSU pokes it out of bounds, so we will stay here on the Lady Rebels side of the ball. San Diego State has not scored in the last 2 minutes and 18. That's what's kind of fueled this run for UNLV. They were down 4 just a minute ago. And now a chance to extend this lead even more. Colvin, right wing, gets it to Roland. Now moving to the right elbow. Gets it into Jasmine Lott. A tough fadeaway. That was not the best shot selection. And that's going to be called for the foul.
I don't know.
SDSU giving an earful. That was Martinez on the drive. I'm not sure what she was talking about there, but after she got fouled, she went to go talk to the ref. That's going to be a foul on Mariah Elohim, so that's going to be her first foul, excuse me. Team's third. Still have no field goals in the last 2:31. Martinez at the line, hits that one, makes this a tie game. And takes the lead for the Aztecs. 43 seconds left to go. 13 seconds from shot to game clock. Colvin gets picked her pocket. Colvin trying to get the ball out. And a 10-second violation from Colvin forces the ball to go into the hands of the Aztecs.
And both teams are getting absolutely hyped right now. SDSU getting loud for that stop. UNLV getting loud after that weird foul call earlier. As we're coming down to the final possessions of this half.
Yeah, 5 seconds. Bind him. Can't get it to go. Lady Rebels, they have 10 seconds. Jasmine Lott. Forward pass to Elohim. 4 seconds. Rolling down the lane. Can't get it to go. Shelby Brown rebound. Gets it to go. The Lady Rebels end the half with the lead. And oh my gosh, that was hectic. Let's hear your analysis.
The buzzer beater from Shelby Brown, getting that second chance points. You said it. Whoever gets the most second chance points is going to have a great chance to win this game. And UNLV gets it done, not only to get that second chance points, but now they're going to walk into halftime with the lead, 31-30 for UNLV. And that's a big time bucket. Gain some momentum and try and hold off that lead as we come back for the second half.
You heard here first. As we come back to the second half, the Lady Rebels will have the lead 31-30. So don't go anywhere as more Rebel action is on the way very shortly. Remember to follow us on socials at Rebel Sportsnet. And we will be back soon. Welcome back inside the broadcast booth. I'm Whitaker Levis, joined by my partner, Marcus Bray. The Lady Rebel fandom is going crazy here for the start of the second half as their team was up by 1 against the #1 team in the conference. Marcus, what did you see from the second half? Or from the first half, excuse me.
For the first half, it was very brutal ball. Both teams playing really aggressive. You saw a lot of women on the floor from hits, from fouls.
San Diego State coming out hot, hitting that 3, but as you were saying, fouls and...
Fouls. We saw the refs very quick on the whistle. A lot of fouls. Some teams don't agree with, but it's going to see a lot of 3s here as we saw one from Nat Martinez right there.
So an update from... And they're starting off, San Diego State starting off, moving the ball, hitting 2 threes in a row, and suddenly they're up by 4. So in a blink of an eye, San Diego State takes the lead, but I can't even get my words out. An update from San Jose State. The Running Rebels took on the San Jose State Spartans. They're currently up at the half. So we'll be rooting them on from here. Spin around J for Alil Alexander. That was a fundamental, beautiful stroke there from Alexander.
UNLV is going to have to limit these 3 opportunities. The Aztecs lead the Mountain West with 9 threes per game, and this is not something you want to see, especially coming out the half. Nat Martinez, back-to-back 3-pointers, giving them the lead. This is not what you wanted to see.
Another one up. Can't hit that time. That would have been crazy. 3 threes in a row. Luckily, they can't hit. So it's a 3-point game with SDSU leading. Lot. Shelby Brown. Now at the top of the free throw line. Gets it over to Leo. Leo, left corner. Left elbow, excuse me, Jay. And it's pure from Destiny Leo.
And how about the scoring out of the gate to start the second half from both teams? Just shots going in after shot. It's
absolutely, the scoring is crazy. Now Lee. Getting it in to Williams. They're trying to kick the ball around. They can't get it to go. The crowd was shouting a false time on the shot clock, or it was, I think they said 5 seconds when they had 10 seconds left on the shot. And we see Lee, I think she actually fell for it because she shot a little preemptive shot that she was doubled there in the low block. So that's just the one of the many advantages you get when playing at home.
And speaking of playing on the road for the Aztecs, they've played 4 road games and are 4-0 in those games. They are no stranger to winning on the road. However, the Rebels, using that home field advantage, have only lost 1 game at home, and it was to ranked Baylor.
Yeah, that game was definitely a battle for sure. Leo cleans up that rebound. Rebels have 8 seconds. Lot forces up a tough shot, gets it to go. Hit the little pump fake and a little from her going away from the basket. And that was just an impressive shot there from Jasmine Lott to put the Lady Rebels up by 1. And it's poked away by SDSU. So with a fierce defense by Shelby Brown, SDSU pokes it away when diving on the floor. So maybe good. I want to give props to the Lady Rebels here, because when you come out, you have the lead by 1, and then the team that you're playing comes out and hits 2 threes in a row. That could be demoralizing for a team, and they've looked pretty cool, calm, and collective here, especially thanks to the efforts of Alil Alexander and Shelby Brown.
Absolutely, a great bounce back. 6 straight points to your 0 to start the half, and then you come back, answer 6 straight, and you got the lead again with possession right now.
Jasmine Lott to the cup. Oh my goodness. Jasmine Lott, could this be her quarter? Because that's the last 4 points for Jasmine Lott. Step back 3 for Penguin and hits that one. It's suddenly a tie game. It's a scoring palooza here at the Pavilion.
And how about that silencer right there with the 3? Crowd got hyped. UNLV had the lead by 3. Hit and an ill-led pass. We talked about it in the first half. These mental errors, not being on the same page, you got to avoid it, especially when you're 2 top teams playing each other.
So SDSU forces that turnover and will go to the offensive side. UNLV 4 for their last 4. Can they get it done on defense though? Williams to Lee. Lee driving on Brown there on the low block. Finds a man in the corner, driving. That's good for Martinez.
I would have liked to see Alyssa Jackson shoot that 3 there. She had the open shot, but they still get the bucket all the same.
Alexander at the left wing. Gets it to Roland. Hit a 3 last quarter. Gives it to the 3 specialist in Destiny Leo. Has a hip on her. Shelby Brown in the post. Off the glass. Can't get it to go. Rebound Aztecs.
Great job to box out Meadow Roland there. Someone who can definitely wreck a game. And here's that 3 from Alyssa Jackson, and she drains it.
Another 2 threes in a row for the Aztecs. Alyssa Jackson hits from the right wing.
She doesn't shoot the 3-ball a lot, but when she does, she is absolutely lethal. That is her 12th shot from 3, I believe, but she is shooting 64% from 3.
The cutting, Aleel Alexander trying to draw the foul in. Was a good pass, but Alexander just can't hit. So, Panganbem, step back, left wing 3, dagger! A 9-0 run for the Aztecs, 47-39. UNLV wants to talk it over. We will go to the timeout. SDSU's come out hot, 47-39, 4:31 to go. Will we be back right after this? Hello and welcome back to the campus of UNLV. The Aztecs have an 8-point lead here on the Lady Rebels. They've come out of this half and hit 5 threes live. Right corner, can't get it to, or hits it, but a foul on the floor. So the shot will be waved off from the right elbow. So after that shot was called off, I believe SDSU wants to talk things over, as that looks a little too easy for Jasmine Lott. So what have you seen from the Aztecs that have made them so lethal and would have led to this 8-point lead.
I mean, coming out of the half, absolutely lethal shooting from 3. We saw Nat Martinez drain 2 to start the half, and then we saw Naomi Panganiban drain 2 from herself. Her 3 buckets are from 3, shooting 75% on the day. They are absolutely lethal from beyond the arc, and we knew this coming into the game. Led the Mountain West and 3-pointers made per game. UNLV had to be aware of that. They did a great job in the first half. Now in the second half, they need to get back to holding them from beyond the arc and force them into the paint and play big ball that UNLV is better at.
Well, like you mentioned, Naomi Panganiban was named to the Mountain West All-Tournament team last year. As you mentioned, the leading scorer for the Philippine national team. So she's definitely a threat to be reckoned with. From San Diego, so kind of a hometown feel for her. Aztecs on an 11-0 run in the last 2 minutes and 6 seconds for their last 4. And for UNLV, they have not scored in the last 2:17. Both teams are actually shooting 50% from the field, as SDSU 16 for 32. That's a nice number, and UNLV 17 for 34. But the edge is, SDSU has shot 5 more threes. That's all this half. All this half separates. Last half, it was as easy, or as close as it can get. It was a 1-point game. Both teams were, I believe, 50% from the field. Both teams had the same amount of threes, so just a different approach for the Aztecs here. Hamilton getting into Panganiban. Working it to the corner to Martinez. Martinez down there in the low block. Aztecs have 8 seconds. They have 7. Have to force up a shot. Roland kicks the rebound, and Hamilton can't hit. So Lily Alexander will try to get her team back into this one, down by 8. Roland coming to set the screen. Foul on the floor. Meta Roland call for that foul. Naomi Panganiban picks up a foul there. The second foul for the Aztecs this half. And we talked about Leo Alexander getting those 2 early fouls in the first half. Well, as Panganiban goes to the I'm still working on the pronunciation of the name, but she goes to the bench, after getting 3 early fouls. Shelby Brown there with an and 1, but we've seen her cook this UNLV defense, to be frank with you. So how crucial is it for her as the point guard of this team to be going to the bench, and do you think, what do the Aztecs needs to do without her?
That is an absolute crucial loss. We saw her, she didn't play much to end the first half, and that's where UNLV took that lead and had that lead going into half. They're going to need to keep up the scoring. She's their team leader in points. They're going to need to keep up the points. Look towards players like Nala Williams and Kennedy Lee, who can make those threes, and Nat Martinez, and have them keep making those buckets and maintain this lead that they have right now.
So Jackson with the first points of the timeout. Alexander spin around, JN1! Aaliyah Alexander's hyped up. A chance for a 3-point play. Rebels are 6 for their last 8. Jasmine Lott coming in for the Lady Rebels.
Back to the Aztecs, number 13, Maria Constantinidou.
And
Meadow Roland comes out.
Aaliyah Alexander at the line, shooting 1 shot.
Alexander to transfer from Eastern Washington. Shooting 1. Hits that one. So it's a 5-point game here with just under 3 minutes left to go. It's been an exciting one. Williams Working on the fierce Alexander. Getting it out to Jackson. Jackson to Constantino. Constantino out. Kicking it around the horn, trying to find the best shot. Jackson, straightaway three, can't go. Aztecs get the rebound. And it's an easy dice through the lane for Constantino.
And how about Maria getting the bucket there? Former teammate of Mariah Elohim at Fresno State. Both of them transferred out of Fresno. Mariah coming to UNLV and Maria going to SDSU.
Well, good old-fashioned rivalry. I'm sure that this one means a little more to them than a normal game, especially Mountain West or 1 and 2. That's just a fun rivalry to have with a close friend. Now Williams working on Elohim. Can't get the floater to go. Little bit of a errant shot. Could have kicked the ball a little more, but regardless, we play on. Now, Lott. Surveying the defense. Little step back from the left elbow. Can't get that one to go. Foul on the floor. Shelby Brown gets called for that one.
And how about the game Shelby Brown's been having so far today? Already in double-digit points. 10 points on the day for Shelby Brown. And she's pushing that double-double territory. 6 rebounds. She's averaging double-double on the season. Looking to get another one in this game.
Absolute dominant force. That foul was on Trista James, so she will go to the bench, and Netta Rowland will come back in for the Lady Rebels. Williams getting into Jackson. Jackson trying to do her best impersonation of a dream shake there, just off the right of the rim. So Lady Rebels have possession and have the chance to make this, or have the chance to end the quarter strong, I should say. Alexander, right wing, gets it into the post for Rowland. Alexander back, corner three, that's an air ball.
Not what you want to see from Alexander. Someone you know who can make that shot, doesn't even make contact with the rim. You want to see a little better, I don't want to say attempt, but shot selection there as they're down 7 points here.
Short corner, jump shot, can't go. Aztecs miss. Lady Rebels have not scored in the last 2:30, so I believe that's going to go in Lady Rebels, but the SDSU bench is hyped up as Hamilton refused to give up on the play. 30 seconds left, about a second or two difference from the shot clock to game clock. Likely will be the last shot of the quarter. Lady Rebels down by 7. Alexander at the logo, guarded by Williams. She has 10 seconds. Moving to her right, trying to go down the post, off the glass. Can't get it to go, but she will go to the line for 2 shots.
This is where you want to see UNLV make up some shots. SDSU from the line has shot 100%, not missed a single one yet. UNLV missed a couple. They're shooting below that 50% mark that you absolutely want to be above. Looking to use that, close this gap as we head towards the end of the third period.
Alexander back at the line. Hits that one. So a 7.8 seconds. What would be the best decision if you were the coach for San Diego State? What's a shot that you know you could make in 7 seconds?
You have Nat Martinez beyond the arc right now. She made the first 2. Absolute lethal for 3. Shooting 33% on 81 shots from beyond the arc this season. She can get you that 3 ball, and I would look towards her. They've been placing her in the corner all day. I would look towards that here.
Hits that one, so makes that second free throw. Shot goes up, shot goes in. Hey, brother, you called it.
Nat Martinez in the corner. They placed her there. They found her, and she drains the shot to give SDSU an 8-point lead at the end of the third.
So they'll review that to see if that went. It did look like she got it off in time. So great call from you. That's only the insight you could get here on Rebel Sports Net as we go to timeout. Don't worry, there's more Lady Rebel action right on the horizon.
shot at the end of the quarter is no good.
So unfortunately, partner, although you predicted the play, that will not count. So how huge is that for the Lady Rebels?
That is big for the Lady Rebels. Instead of an 8-point lead, drop it down to a 5. That is much more manageable. But that 3 ball, they are aware it was lethal to them in the third quarter. Now they need to adjust to it, limit its effect on them this quarter, and get back to that high scoring that we saw earlier on in the first half.
Well, maybe they should have you down there calling the plays, because that was a pretty good play call in my opinion. So we return to play here. It's the fourth quarter, crunch time, SDSU up by 5. Moving the ball around the corner. 3, that's going to be an air ball. And that was, if she would turn,
Nat Martinez,
who just drained the one to get the 3 on the end of the quarter. So there's a fight for the ball. Leo Alexander trying to get the team hyped up. Might have been a little too aggressive there. That looked clean. They didn't call it until Shelby Brown got it. So SDSU will retain possession.
That's another 10-second call on UNLV.
Step back and 1. Nat Martinez. She hits a 3, misses a 3. She's gonna come back right and hit you in the mouth. And 1 for Nat Martinez. Not her traditional type of 3, but still a 3-point play.
Doesn't matter if it's beyond the arc, inside the arc. She'll find that 3 ball wherever she can.
Shooting 1 and hitting 1. This is an 8-point game, so didn't really matter if that shot counted or not, as SDSU is up by 8. Alexander, fierce defense guarded by Williams. Meta Roland, left elbow off the back of the rim, can't hit it. The Aztecs are looking to go up by double digits. Lee getting into Nat Martinez. Martinez just with a hesitation that could freeze the best defenders. That was beautiful from Nat Martinez.
And how about the half she is having? Scoring from anywhere on the court she so pleases. And she is up to 14 points in this game, leading her team and leading right behind. Sorry, she has 15 points, passing Aaliyah Alexander for most points in this game so far.
So Aztecs up by 10. And Leo Alexander just throws the ball away. And it looks like it might be a little more. Aztecs drawing up a play, trying to get the best shot they possibly can. Travel called there. So a big break for the Lady Rebels. Tegan Colvin's going to come back in for Leo Alexander. How do you like that call?
I believe that's the first travel we've seen this half. Saw a lot in the first half, a surprising amount. Usually don't see it, especially in these high-level games between these two teams. But refs got a keen eye today, and they've called it a lot.
Well, Colvin coming in, bit of fresh legs here. Lott driving, gets it poked away. Turnover again for the Lady Rebels. Hamilton working it to the right wing. A little bounce pass there. Constantino to Martinez. Back to Jackson. Back to Hamilton. Hamilton, left wing 3. Can't get it to go. Doesn't even hit the rim. Now Colvin. Talat back to Colvin. And a crowded little block there. Roland was swarmed by Aztec defenders. A foul on the floor. So that's San Diego State's first in this half. Fourth personal for Jackson. So she will take a seat. A lot of S's there. So she will take a seat. Jackson hitting the ball out. Or excuse me, not Jackson. That's Williams hit the ball out. They're trying to get it to Colvin.
And how about
And the
Nala
Aztecs-
Williams? She batted the ball there, batted the ball the play before, and has poked the ball out a couple times. 2 steals. She's a defensive powerhouse for this team. And going back to the last game against New Mexico, she had 2 blocks as well.
Yeah, her impact can be felt from anywhere on the court, especially the defensive side of the ball. The third chance for UNLV to inbound it. Jasmine Lott, short corner, Jay. Yes, you may. Jasmine Lott gets the Rebels a little closer in this game. Pagamin just loses the ball, trying to initiate that contact down there in the low post, a little too aggressive, and just can't take care of the ball.
And that's not something you see from Panganiban. She is very methodical and technique with that ball. She loses it there, and UNLV needs to take advantage and start whittling down that lead that SDSU has.
Williams forcing another poked ball free. Luckily, Colvin can get it back. Colvin with 10 seconds left, trying to drive on Williams. And oh my gosh, is it not the defensive pest, Williams, who has caused like 3 tipped balls and 2 steals in the last 2 minutes?
Talk about defensive players. She is, this SDSU team, one of the better defensive teams, and Nala Williams at the forefront of that, being able to block a ball, poke it free, just being an absolute disruptive powerhouse everywhere on the court.
Absolutely. Aztecs working it around the horn. Williams with a nice pass. Looks like a travel there. They don't call it. Williams has it back at the key. Getting to Pagamin. Now in the short corner, swarmed by Shelby Brown. All alone, right wing 3, air ball. That's 2 in a row, I believe, for her. Or maybe I'm just making that up, but not a very good showing there on that 3. Probably could have got a little more. 30 seconds on the shot clock for a reason.
And we talked about it. She came out because of the fouls, cooled down a little bit on the bench after she got hot, made a couple threes. Now, not as warm as she was coming out of the half. And
Roland, right corner 3, can't get it to go.
And Meadow Roland, that's someone they want to see get going. Only 4 points on the day, not something you usually see from her.
Yeah, hit that 3 earlier. Believe hit a free throw too. Martinez to the top of the key. That's not going to go for Barnhard. And so the Aztecs haven't scored in the last 3 minutes. Lady Rebels with a tremendous opportunity to get back in this game. Alexander now at the right elbow, moving into the post, off the glass. Just can't get it to go. Shelby Brown going to pick up that foul, trying to, I think both teams just can't buy a bucket right now. San Diego State hasn't scored in the last 3:42 and counting, and UNLV hasn't scored in the last 2 minutes.
And I think UNLV getting a little desperate, starting to get desperate. 70 mark was what they wanted to hit. That is out of the question at this point in the game. Now you're going to have to play some gritty ball, get the rebounds like you've been getting in earlier on in the game, and make sure you could just close that lead.
Well, Roland gets the block after Shelby Brown missed that backdoor cut, so that's a great start to maybe this gritty performance, but the Lady Rebels have to get it done on the offensive side. 0 for their last 4. Alexander getting to Roland at the top, tipped away, and Roland with a turnover. 4:38 left to go. Aztecs up by 8.
Guess who? It was Williams getting their hand in there again to make it pass fall where UNLV doesn't want it to go.
Yeah. Pagamin working to her left. Little tough contested jumper. Should have been an and 1, but refs don't call it. That ends that scoring drought. They didn't score in the last 4 minutes. And Pagamin comes back with a tough contested J.
And that lead now back up to double digits at that 10 mark. UNLV looking to whittle it down once again.
Jasmine Lott gets a friendly bounce. And so an 8-point game with just under 4 minutes to go. Coach Lindy LaRock wants to talk things over, trying to get her girls back into this game. We will be back right after this. Well, it's been an exciting game here tonight, or I should say today, 3:37 local time, but that won't stop the city of Las Vegas from coming out and supporting their Lady Rebs. Errant pass there from the Aztecs, and that's gonna go for UNLV. That's gonna be good, excuse me.
Yeah.
They call the timeout, try to talk it over. This is exactly what they want, but can they deliver? Roland now in the low block, gets that hook to go. It's a 6-point game.
And that's exactly who you want leading this charge of scoring. Their leading scorer, for a reason, hasn't got going this game. You're hoping in these final 3.5 minutes she can get going and get your team in a tight fight.
Pagimon hits that right little elbow jumper to make this an 8-point game. Every time feels like UNLV gets a momentum bucket, she just comes back and scores one of her own.
Yeah. The team lead and score, one of the team leaders for these Aztecs team, for a reason. She's so elite from anywhere on the court. She's on the national Philippines team for a reason, and she's lethal. That's gonna be someone they really want to contain here.
So a foul on the floor will be called on Barnard, so UNLV will retain possession. A lot gets into the Roland right there at that short little corner. Now Alexander in the post. Euro step, can't get it to go. 3 minutes to go. UNLV's running out of time. Martinez gets it to Pagimon. Guarded by Shelby Brown. Gets it to Lee. Lee to Williams, the defensive menace. And Alexander with a little effort to stop that momentum. They got 7 seconds left on the shot clock.
Yeah. Getting the leg in there a little bit, trying to get that ball out of bounds.
Williams, Pagimon. They can't get it to go. UNLV pushing the pace. Alexander off the glass and good. The Rebels have life down by 6. They have to get it done on the defensive end though. And this lady right here, Pagimon, will try to do their best to do the opposite. Lee Trying to find anywhere to go, gets to Martinez. Martinez to Jackson, back to Martinez. 3, not gonna go. Jasmine Lott with the rebound. Alexander, right corner. 3 goes. Mariah Elohim gets the Rebels back into this one, 60-57. Less than 2 minutes left to go. Rebels are 4 of their last 5. SDSU wants to talk it over. And my, oh my, the Lady Rebels are back.
Elohim, the sharpshooter from 3, drains one. Wasn't even a very open shot. Drained it down to 3 points for UNLV. And now, whole new game. You look back to 2 minutes. It was looking like SDSU was just going to edge out this win against UNLV. Now it's a tight match, exactly what you needed. Now you're going to look towards your high scorers like Maria Elohim, Meadow Rowland. Look to them to get that ball and put it in the bucket to give your team a fighting chance in these final 2 minutes.
Well, 60-57 on this one, and like I said, my oh my, I mean, we like you said, we counted the Lady Rebels out, I think, maybe just a minute ago. They were down by 8, they were down by 10, and they just kept turning the ball over. They have 17 turnovers in this one, but hey, they are back. A little update for you from San Jose. The Runner Rebels are currently leading by 12 with less than 4 minutes left to go. We will update you on a final score about that one. And the Aztecs take that timeout. What did you see right there, even though they just took a timeout?
I love that aggressiveness from the Lady Rebels. Inbound the ball, they inbound the ball quickly, surround her, force her into an uncomfortable situation. But you're saying the running Rebels, 12-point lead, 12 points was the difference between the Aztecs and the Lady Rebels in the semifinals last year when the Aztecs went on to win the championship. And this team, the Aztecs, really coming on later on. This Cindy LaRocque-led Lady Rebels team have only lost to the Aztecs 2 times, both of which came last season in this Aztecs team that has risen to a higher level to compete with this Lady Rebels team.
You talk about rivalries in the Mountain West. You not only have women's basketball, you have men's basketball, you have football. I mean, these two teams just go at it in almost every sport. Baseball, I mean, well, what don't they go at it? I mean, everyone talks about the UNLV Boise State rivalry. I think this is an underrated rivalry because they competed so much.
Yeah, even going back to the 2024 Mountain West Tournament Championship where UNLV beat the Aztecs.
Trying to get alive. Martinez can't hit. 1:30 left to go. Alexander down by 3. Can she hit a big shot? We'll see. They're 4 of their last 5. Mariah Elohim, the girl that just hit the big 3 in the corner, now at the logo. Jasmine Lott, Elohim puts up a 3. That goes! Mariah Elohim ties this game.
What
60-60.
What a play call by Lindy Rudock. You saw her calling out everybody on the court, and they get the open 3.
Shelby Brown
Oh
the ball and lays it in for the Lady Rebels.
What a series of events for the Rebels. Down 3, back-to-back quick buckets. Now you're up 2 with 49 seconds left to win the game and advance to 8-0 in Mountain West play.
And what a day for Mariah Elohim. Kind of quiet in the first half. Comes back. It was 54-60. She hits a 3, 57-60. She comes back, less than a minute left, crunch time, ice in her veins, and says, "Give me the ball." I hit another crucial 3. And then what about Shelby Brown? They're not flustered after 2 big 3s. As you said, they were down by 10. Shelby Brown gets the steal, goes down the floor, and suddenly the Lady Rebels are up by 2 with 49 seconds left.
And how about the confidence in Cindy LaRocque in Mariah Elohim to call that play for her, knowing that she is your best shooter from 3, leads this team in 3-pointers made on the season, and they drain it. You got the tie, and Shelby Brown with that amazing steal, put them up. She's been having herself a game today.
Absolutely. The Running Rebels are currently leading 73-60 in San Jose. They're 8-8, but I feel like that's kind of a deceptive 8-8. They played Rutgers, Maryland, they played Alabama, Stanford, and so we'll have all the coverage for the Running Rebels games here on Rebels Sports Net. But for now, let's get back to the Lady Rebels, as they're trying to go 8-0 and beat the #1 team in the conference. SDSU to inbound the ball. 3, Paganbam. Oh my goodness, Paganbam just hits another 3 to silence this crowd. She's just been on fire tonight. 18 points. Lady Rebels down by 1. Alil Alexander trying to get anything. Poked away. Williams pokes it away.
It's on the Lady Rebels, number 3.
San Diego State has just been crazy from the defensive side of the ball, but I mean, UNLV, as we know, has been crazier from the offensive side of the ball. The Aztecs wants to call the timeout and talk it over. They're up by 1. Shot clock turned off. 26 seconds left to go. They will have the ball when we come back here on Rebel Sports Net. If you haven't been with us this entire time, the Lady Rebels were down as much as 10 points. They since have come back from that deficit here at home. They're down by 1. They need a stop. And that goes off the top of the rim. That's going to be Lady Rebels basketball. What did you see on that play?
That was a little bit of a crazy pass. Maybe she got her mind crossed trying to shoot it in the basket instead of passing to her teammate there. That honestly could have gone in. It was a good shot if it was, but the pass hits the rim. It looks like the refs are talking it over a little bit, but now it's going to be Lady Rebels ball, and that is crucial. Down only 1 point. Now you have a chance to take the lead here.
So let's go back to the same thing we did. If you were the coach, as we go to the timeout in the Lady Rebels, this is perfect. If you were the coach, if you were Lindy LaRock, head coach of Lady Rebels basketball, what play are you drawing up with 26 seconds left, and are you using the entire clock?
I am not using the entire clock. I don't think it's worth to spend this entire clock against an SDSU team that is so good on defense, but you use Mariah Elohim as the lethal three-point shooter. But who set that screen for her? It was Meadow Rowland. I would use that threat of Mariah Elohim once again and use a pick and roll to Meadow Rowland, who is your superstar on offense, and get her this bucket to get this UNLV team a lead.
So an interesting approach. Now, if I was in the huddle, I would use the entire clock because I don't want the girl that's been torching me all game and Paganban to get another shot at it. She's been so good. I'm taking the ball out of her hands and I'm trusting my girls. Now Lott driving to the glass, can't hit, but she will be fouled. She needs 1 to tie and 2 to take the lead. 20 seconds left. Was that a little too fast for your liking, partner?
A little too fast. Sometimes it's all right to take it a little slow, but you go to the line. She missed her one shot earlier, but now 2 crucial shots here can completely change the game. And you said it earlier, every time it feels like UNLV gets a momentum, Naomi Panganiban is there to take it away. So it'll be interesting to see how they approach this here.
So Jasmine Lott can't hit the first, needs the second one to tie. Hits that one, so it's a tie game here in Vegas. 63-63. Lott screened. Williams likely will be the last shot of this game, surveying the defense. 5 seconds left. Williams driving on Rowland. Can't get it to go. And gets fouled with 0.1 second on the clock. UNLV commits the foul and commits the most. That's crazy. 0.1 second on the clock. They need one to win. Likely Shelby Brown gets called for that foul. And that is probably going to be a foul. Shelby Brown did initiate contact there.
And that's a heartbreaker for the Lady Rebels.
Absolutely.
And now you're kind of wishing on a miracle, because every time SDSU has gone to the line, they haven't missed. They are 7 for 7 from the line, shooting 100%. All they need is one, and they have 2 chances to make it happen.
0.1 on the clock. Refs are reviewing it. Likely will be a Shelby Brown foul.
After review, the controlling master, we know adjusted to 1.3.
So I believe that is going to be. Feel like everyone's confused here at the pavilion. So I believe it's going to be, instead of 0.1, 1 second left. So I mean, she missed this first one. You kind of wanted to make none. But I mean.
And here's the big one. UNLV still has 1 timeout remaining.
1 timeout, 1 second. At the line is Lee, shooting 1. Misses the first one. Lee, probably one of the most pressurous shots of her career. In a road environment, this tough Vegas crowd. Lee shooting another one, 1 to win. Misses the second. Lee went 0 for 2 from the line. And a miracle happens for UNLV. 1 second left. They have the ball in the backcourt. Partner, what do you do in this situation if you're Coach LaRock?
That's a heartbreaker for SDSU. But now, if you're UNLV, you have everything on the table. You have tie game. Any shot gets you the win. 1 second left on the clock. I would give it to your superstar, who hasn't had the best game, but is still your best player at the end of the day, and Meadow Rowland, to get that bucket for your team. You got a couple sharp shooters and Mariah Elohim to maybe cause a distraction, but then you also have your leader for today in points, and Shelby Brown, who has actually Aaliyah Alexander is your leader in points with 16. This could be I could see them going anywhere, and that's where it's going to be so hard for SDSU to choose someone to make sure they don't take that shot.
Well, we know their defensive side of the ball is superb. So the coach of SDSU right now talking it over. That, of course, being Stacey Terry Hudson, a renowned coach from California, talking it over with her team. So actually, I'm too caught up in the NBA. So the Lady Rebels will have the ball in the front court instead of the back court. Trying to find one. And can't get it to go. Aaliyah Alexander trying to get it in there and can't get it to go. So turnover for the Lady Rebels. We're going to the OT. Teams will talk it over. So will we, as we come back, or as we will be back from the break just after this. Your final from San Jose, California, 76-62 Running Rebels get the win there. An impressive game from Howie Fleming. In a game that didn't go to overtime over there. This one will, with the Lady Rebels here in the Silver State. So, 63 all is your score here. We'll flip sides. Flip sides here. And so, San Diego State wins the tip, I believe. Oh, the Lady Rebels win the tip. A little confusion there from the refs.
And a little pointing from Martinez and Elohim saying, it was our ball, it was our ball. And it will be the Ladies Rebel ball. But how about SDSU? No stranger to overtime. Their game in the championship went to triple overtime in order for them to win it. Now they look to play a little bit more ball here with the tie 63-63.
Alexander now at the left wing. Gets it to Roland at the top of the key. Alexander now there in the right block. Intercepted by, I believe that was Pagaling, and now Williams going down the lane, can't hit. And I believe that was Alexander, gets called for the travel on the ground. So she had a swarm of Aztec defenders trying to recoup their losses from that Williams missed layup. Aztecs moving the ball into the corner. Top of the key for Williams. Williams down the lane. Travel by Williams.
How about the travel calls?
Yeah,
back to back. One on the ground, one actually standing. These refs got that eye today.
Yeah, I mean, travel must be the emphasis on the game today. Lots of foul calls here. But two high-caliber teams that should be held to that standard, I might add. Shelby Brown, low block, can't get it to go, but it's fouled. She will go to the line for two shots. What can you say about Shelby Brown's performance tonight?
She has played absolutely phenomenal on both ends of the ball, on offense and defense. She has 12 points on the day, has 8 rebounds, approaching that double-double area. And with that extra quarter, she has that chance to do so today.
Shelby Brown shooting 2. The first one's up and good. UNLV takes this first lead of overtime by 1 point. Can Brown make it 2? You can hear a pin drop here in the pavilion. Shelby Brown can't, but Reto Roland trying to get the rebound. Goes off the foot of Shelby Brown, so good effort from Meadow Roland, but SDSU will take that possession.
It was a great job by Nala Williams to... Meadow Roland had her hands on the ball. Nala Williams swatting it away and getting this SDSU team the ball.
Barnard looking somewhere to go. Gets it into Pagabam. Short corner, Jay, yes! Pure takes the lead right back from UNLV. SDSU by 1, 65-64. 3:30 and counting here in overtime. Alexander getting it to Shelby Brown. Lot, corner 3. Takes a little step in, can't get it to go from the short corner. Williams trying to push the pace, finds Barnard in the post, makes 2 Lady Rebels miss. Aztecs by 3.
And this is what we saw at the start of the second half. SDSU starting quicker, getting those points faster than the Lady Rebels, and you need to settle down and get you going to the ball you are good at playing.
So Williams forces another jump ball. UNLV got the last one, so Williams forcing another turnover by the Lady Rebels, and she's just been an absolute pest here tonight. Taking the ball up for the Aztecs is Williams. Finds the wide open player under the basket. That was Nala Williams. Or, excuse me. I believe that was,
I believe it was Martinez there.
Martinez,
And
excuse me.
Another miscommunication by the Lady Rebels, just leaving someone wide open under the bucket. Something you cannot afford in overtime like this.
Top step and a jump way through the lane. Good for Alexander with a quick little Euro for.
What a move to split the defenders, get it up, and now this game once again to a 3-point lead.
Pagabum looking, finds Barnard in the post, getting Lady Rebels to just commit their act somewhere else as SDSU is leading by 5 now. Biggest lead in the last couple minutes for any team. Alexander moving to her left, finds Shelby Brown there down in the right block. Williams gets the ball away again. Nala Williams with another steal. Pagabum to Martinez. And oh my gosh, Williams has 4 steals on the day. And it seems like a whole lot more with her jump balls, and this girl is definitely a menace on the defensive side. Pagabum, right wing 3, can't get it to go. Lady Rebels take that possession as Pagabum pokes it out of bounds. And we will play on.
And it was everybody squirming for the ball. Pops out, Pagabum finds it, but they aren't able to convert. And just 5 points separate this team with 1 minute left.
So 1 minute left. Down by 5. They need a 3 right about now. Alexander working in the post, off the glass, can't get it to go. Aztecs, little tie up there. Intentional foul there for Alexander. Just can't get it to go. Alexander's 3rd team foul, picked up 2 in the first 3 minutes of the game. Has not committed 1 since until just now. Aztecs will go to the line. Oh, for their last 2. Hits that one. So this one's likely over as it will go to fouls regarding or excluding if the Lady Rebels somehow come back in this one with 45 seconds left to go. Mariah Elohim gets it to Alexander in the right corner. Poked away by Martinez. Elohim, step back 3. Not gonna go this time. Meadow Rowland trying to get the rebound. Believe that was Barnard trying to get the ball for the Aztecs. So she pokes it out of bounds, and it will stay with UNLV.
The Lady Rebels got lucky with the 2 missed free throws to send it to overtime. Now, not so lucky. They make their 2 like they have been all game. And this one,
Elohim almost gets that violation, gets it just back. Meadow Rowland can't hit. That's going to be Aztecs ball. And just a disappointing end for such a great game. We thought it was going to be a good one. The 1 and 2 teams in the conference. And it was definitely a good one. 20 seconds left to go. They'll likely just dribble it out. Elohim still playing the foul game. 13 seconds left to go. SDSU ends this one on a 4 of their last 5. Nat Martinez to the line, shooting 2 shots.
and how about what this game means to San Diego State? They came in here on a 9-win streak versus UNLV 7. Now they extend that to double digits, 10 straight wins for SDSU, and also the first ever 8-0 start in Mountain West play for SDSU in school history.
Well, they're trying to go back-to-back, trying to go to that tournament that's eluded them, I believe, for the last couple years, maybe the last year, but, you know, the winner of the tournament as Nat Martinez gets her hand on that one, and the broadcasters down there that are doing them for the Mountain West game, Mountain West Network, have their hands on it, they will just throw it back as Lady Rebels have 10 seconds left to go here. Little Alexander trying to draw the foul.
These
Going
two teams
down.
Still playing physical, even down to the final buzzer.
Shelby Brown's called for that foul. And so your final score here will be 75-66. SDSU comes back in overtime. Just a tremendous day from Pagabun, hitting so many clutch threes. SDSU ends it on a 12-2 run.
Lady Rebels, Tristan James.
So UNLV and the home crowd will go home as losers today, but shout outs to this home crowd for showing up and showing out. I'm Winter Columbus, joined by my partner, Marcus Bray. We say goodbye from the pavilion, and we will see you next time, folks. See ya.